One of the bargains in the world of annual flowers are straw flowers. And these right here can be enjoyed now, or you can cut them down and enjoy them all winter long. Now the secret to getting good straw flowers is to cut them before they're fully open. This bunch right here is just ready for harvest. They haven't fully opened yet. They'll dry very well, and they won't show a mushy center like these up in front of me would. Right, the center one has already matured. If I were going to pick that bunch, I would rogue that one out and not use it. Because when you go to stick a wire through, this part turns brown and has a rather decayed appearance. Straw flowers in general come in many, many colors. You're probably most familiar with the gold ones, or the more yellowy in appearance, but we have some here that are white. We also have some in a bit of a burgundy color. I think my favorites, though, are these light pink ones. Well, another dried flower that you may not be as familiar with is the gomphrena. Some people call it globe amaranth. And this patch we have right here is a mixture of white, magenta, and then a light lavender color. Now there's another variety of gomphrena that you can grow that is a bright Christmas red, and it's called Strawberry Fields variety. And that's a great one if you're doing crafts for Christmas time craft shows and things, because it's a good selling item. Again, you can pick these now, hang them upside down to dry, and they'll keep well on into winter. Now the last one we have is Status, and you'll usually see that in fresh flower arrangements mixed in because it keeps very well. And a lot of florists use it fresh and green, but you can harvest it now, again, before it gets too mature, put it in a bundle such as this one, and hang it upside down to dry. Now this one, the blue in the center, has gone slightly over mature, but I don't think that's completely undesirable. I think that blue and white combination is rather pretty. The yellow I have in the group are just right for picking. Then I have a little bit of lavender over to the side here, and it's also just right for picking. Now the secret to getting these to dry straight, again, is to hang them upside down on a pole in a cool, dark place. An attic is a good place. You probably don't want to use a basement if it's very moist. You want a cool, dry place that's dark to dry them. Now a couple more tips on the globe amaranth. Make sure that you tie it in small bundles because it's rather, it holds a lot of moisture, and these are very fleshy stems. And so smaller bundles would be best. Again, turn them upside down to dry, and they'll do just fine. Now on your straw flowers, something you may want to do, because they have such a heavy head on them, even though you dry them upside down, you may end up with a strong stem. But if you don't, you can take a florist wire and run it up the side of the stem, take it straight through the center, make a little shepherd's crook, and pull it back, and that will hold it nice and steady for using them in flower arrangements on into the winter time. Well, you still have some time to sow seed of the dried flowers this summer. You could harvest them this fall and enjoy them on into winter. Just remember to give them plenty of room, as we have in this bed right here, and pay attention to their soil needs. And one example of that is in the center here. We have planted a plant that's called honesty or money plant. It's also called lunaria, and it has rather specific pH requirements, we've learned, and our soil needed a little more lime for it to grow well here. We're still expecting a little crop of flowers. They're a little late though, they'll be on in about a month or two, and we'll enjoy drying those and using them in arrangements also this winter.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.